Namaste, and welcome to day 19 of the Ready, Steady, Shimmy challenge. Few more days left to avail the Ready, Steady, Shimmy course in the bundle pack at a discounted price on our website www.studiobanjara.com. There's also discounts on other classes, so go have a look. I think it's a good place. We're coming close to the wrap of week 3. And I think it's a great place for you to gauge whether you do need to go a little bit deeper into your technical study of the shimmies. And you can go ahead and get all 3 levels of Ready, Steady, Shimmy at a discounted price in a bundle pack. Now, today's shimmy, we're going to try something really new, something different, something that you may have worked with, but possibly not worked with. It's fun, but it also adds a new dimension, a new... an exploration, but also an in-depth, kind of goes a little bit deeper into the shimmy. Now, we are working with our Egyptian shimmies on this one, so we're going to come into a natural Egyptian shimmy, see what that feels like. Just make sure that we're relaxed and we're not stressing out. We're nice and easy, okay? Now, make sure also that you're warmed up, you have spent a little bit time on your body, opened up your muscles and your joints, and then get into your daily practice. What we're going to try to do now is to create space in the core region, okay? So the practice per se is really pulling in. So you're really creating a hollow space, okay? You're really creating a hollow space, and then you push the muscles of the core to release that hollow space. So we pull, almost so that you can see the ribcage starting to pop out because I'm creating that vacuum all through. Somebody who's been practicing yoga, this would come with a lot of ease because a lot of the nalis are practiced this way. So I would suggest, take it easy. Make sure you're not on a heavy stomach, like after a big meal. Also avoid too much water in the belly. Make sure that you've had a distance of about 1.5 to 2 hours from a meal. Yeah. So we're pulling in to get the rib cage to kind of pop out and suction, vacuum to be created in the core. Now, am I retaining my breath for this? Yes, I do retain my breath very much. I retain my breath, but when I'm going to be using it to dance or adding it to my shimmies, I don't need to continue retaining my breath. Okay? So if you feel like it's really stopping you from breathing and you're not comfortable with your breath anymore, I would suggest stop, take it easy. Don't do it for such long durations. Keep it shorter. Okay? So, and you release it. Okay? So you're going to create, the motion is between creating that vacuum space, almost like a triangle, see? So under the rib cage, there's almost this triangular vacuumed space, right? So this is the exact practice that eventually gets you into your so-called flutters, okay? And I'm not going to go into flutter technique per se because I'm not teaching a flutter here. So please make sure that you don't go around saying that I know how to do a flutter now, because that's not the technique I'm teaching. And also a few more precautions have to be taken with the flutter. So here I'm still just simply thinking about creating that space, releasing it. If you can't hold it, make sure it's nice and easy, simple, easy breezy. Don't stress out about it too much, okay? So let's try it again. Okay, so the focus of the exercise is pretty much going to be the retention, inhalation, exhalation. So I'm really thinking about, I'm inhaling, I release, I have a little bit left in as I pull, and then I release it. And then I start to inhale again. So over time, I don't really have to then sync up my breath with it anymore. It becomes muscle memory and I don't need to really associate the breath with it anymore. Yeah? So, this is the foundation of how we work and create the flutters, which is, yeah? So eventually that's how we create a flutter. So right now, like I said, we're not going into the flutter, but what we're going to do is we're going to increase that power, depth of that shimmy, which is the Egyptian, by adding this to it. So it adds a completely new dimension, you know, where you're playing. So this is not a pelvic tuck out, tuck in, not at all. Nothing's happening in the pelvis. It's only the core muscles that are pulling and pushing out, pulling and pushing out. Okay, that's where the work is happening from. So let's try this with music, remembering that this is the week of creativity. Once you find some comfort with this, you can then add the element of creativity on top of this movement. Yeah? Okay, so let's have some music. All right. I'll try a little bit faster. Let's try a little faster. And relax. So I do start by first finding that the retention in the breath helps me to create that concave feeling inside the belly. But then over time, I start syncing up my breath with it because I'm not going to be doing the particular movement for such a long time, right? So I find the flow of air, I find the retention, my body understands what I'm trying to do, and then I take it easy in the sense that I don't have to then sync up the breath each time. Yeah? So let's do it one more time, and then I'm going to leave you with this to apply your own creativity to it. Last time. And out. Relax. All right, so practice this one. It adds a wonderful dimension because you'll see that when you automatically create that vacuumed space in the belly, the shimmy starts to look more powerful. And sometimes musically, when you're listening to a piece of music, the musical instrument is also creating this hollow space and this more opening of the instrument. So shimmies like these will help you when there is that hollow feeling inside the music, right? Each shimmy helps us to go deeper into understanding how to interpret the music with shimmies, right? That's the goal of this challenge even, to then have different shimmies and accessibility to different shimmies when we're trying to execute it for choreography or improvisation. Keep practicing, keep sending in those videos. I'll see you tomorrow.